What's up, YouTube? Jeff, your style OG. And on today's video, we're gonna talk about the 15 shoe rules every guy should know. If you're new to the channel, we release a new video every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, discussing various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. I invite you to subscribe, tap that notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Chris Robin, salute. Now, no matter what type of look you have on, your shoes are the foundation of your outfit. They're the building block and perhaps the most important piece of your look. And with that being in mind, I want to make sure you're wearing your shoes the right way and you're getting the most out of them. That's what we're talking about in today's video. On today's video, I've got 15 shoe rules that'll make sure you get the most out of your shoes, make them last long, and make sure you're rocking them the correct way. So without any further delay, let's hop right into it. Shoe rule number 1 is probably the most important, hence why I'm going first with this one. Spend as much as you can reasonably afford on your shoes. Shoes are one of the things that you really get what you pay for. Cheap shoes look cheap, they don't last very long, they're just a disaster. Investing more in a quality shoe will give you more bang for your buck and they'll just look better. Let me give you a personal example. One time I was out of town and realized I forgot to pack my black dress shoes. Ran to the mall real quick, didn't want to spend a whole lot of money. Bought some for around $100. Those shoes wound up lasting me around 2 years. On the other hand, these quality wingtips that I've had for at least 12 years, I spend a little bit more money on, around $350, $400. Do some quick math. It cost me $50 a year to have those cheap black ones. I spend a little bit over $30 a year on these and they continue to go. Now, I'm not saying you need to spend $400 on a shoe. Quality dress shoe starts around $200 and up. If you don't remember anything else, don't cheap out on your shoes. Spend as much as you can reasonably afford. Shoe rule number 2 has to do with dressiness or formality, specifically the color. The most dressy or formal shoe color, a black dress shoe. No matter what the style of shoe, black will always be the dressiest. However, when it comes to versatility, black loses out. The most versatile shoe is a brown dress shoe. Brown you can dress up and wear in almost any situation below very formal, but you can also dress it down. And because brown comes in so many different shades, that adds to the versatility. One formal, go black. One versatile, go brown. Sticking with the formality or dressiness of the shoe, the more decoration on the shoe, the less formal. The less decoration, the more formal. Let me give you a couple of examples. This hole cut shoe I have has no decoration, enabling you to wear it in more dressy, formal situations. And whereas this brogue, or more specifically a wingtip, has decoration, it makes it less formal of a shoe than one without. So easy to remember, there's an inverse relationship. More decoration, less formal, less decoration, more formal. Next up, we have a shoe rule that always holds true, but I feel the need to remind you of it just in case you don't remember or didn't know. You always match your shoe to your belt. Black shoes call for a black belt. Brown shoes call for a brown belt. Now here's the thing, when you're wearing something besides black, you don't have to have it match exactly. If you're wearing a brown shoe, make sure you're wearing a brown belt that's close. Doesn't have to be the exact same color brown. Next up, we're gonna talk about versatility. And the most versatile shoe you can own, especially nowadays, is a loafer. Now the loafer is a shoe that most guys can wear any place, especially since most people are dressing more casually these days. A loafer is easy to wear with chinos, trousers, jeans, shorts, you name it. You can even get away with wearing it with a suit sometimes. Now I would do that with caution. If you're gonna really be dressed up, wear a dressier shoe. But almost any other situation, your most versatile shoe choice, a loafer. And extra versatility if you pick a brown one. Next up, I have a shoe rule that's definitely gonna help you get the most out of your shoes. Immediately when you take those shoes off, put in a shoe tree. The shoe tree is a godsend when it comes to longevity for your shoe. It helps maintain the shape of your shoe. And when you have a cedar one, it helps draw the moisture out of your shoe, which can be damaging. And like I said, put the shoe tree in immediately after taking your shoes off, and you want to leave them in for about a day or so. And no, leaving them in there longer than that won't hurt them. And for those curious, yes, I use shoe trees in my sneakers as well. They're made of leather, aren't they? Let's stay in the maintaining and prolonging the life of your shoes. You want to make sure when you're putting that shoe on, you use a shoe horn. A shoe horn is going to stop you from forcing your foot into the shoe, help you maintain the shape of the shoe, and just makes it much easier for you to put it on. Now, I use two different shoe horns, one for regular shoes and a longer one for boots, of course. But whichever style shoe you're wearing, maintain them. Slide them on with the shoe horn. Now, earlier when we were talking about shoe rule number 1, buy the highest quality shoe you can reasonably afford. One of the characteristics you'll find in a higher quality dress shoe, 99 times out of 100, it's resolable. The reason why this is important is because you'll get longer life out of the shoe. When you have a resolable shoe, when you wear the sole down, which will wear out way more often and earlier than the upper, you can have it resoled, giving you an almost brand new shoe, giving you a whole lot more life. Let's go back to the shoe I talked about earlier. This To Boot New York shoe that I've had for around 12 years. I believe I've had it resoled 2 or 3 times. As you can see, the upper is still in great shape. Because I can replace the part of the shoe that wears down the sole, I get much more life out of the shoe. I can wear this for another 12 years easily. Next up on our list is another color rule, and an easy one to remember. If you're ever trying to figure out what shoes go with your suit or your pants, you always want to wear shoes darker than your pants. Next up is a shoe rule I'm constantly suggesting to you guys. Please follow this one. It's okay to wear flip-flops, but only at a pool or the beach. Flip-flops, no matter how comfortable you may find them, are not meant to be worn around town. Now we're going from a shoe you should wear only in certain situations to a shoe I pray you never wear. No matter how stylish you might have thought they were in the 90s, please don't wear square-toed shoes. I believe so strongly in this rule. If I was a politician, one of my campaign promises, I would make square-toed shoes illegal. We're going from a shoe you should never wear to one that I think every guy needs in his rotation. If you're gonna only have one dress shoe, you need a black Oxford. The black Oxford is gonna go in almost any dressy situation you have. Whether we're talking about a wedding, a job interview, anywhere you need to be suited and booted, the black Oxford is the go-to. You will rarely feel underdressed when you put on that black Oxford. Speaking of a dress shoe, a very important rule, never walk out of that door with dress shoes that are unshined. There's nothing that takes away from the look of your shoes than having them be dull. Dress shoes have to be polished. Now, if you don't know how to polish your dress shoes, do a quick YouTube search and learn. It's a skill every guy should have. Do not walk out of the door with those dress shoes unshined. And last, but certainly not least, on my list of 15 shoe rules every guy should know, I'm gonna give you one more to help you make sure those shoes last longer. If you can avoid it, do not wear the same shoes 2 days in a row. Giving your shoes at least a day break in between wearing them helps them last longer in a couple of ways. One, it allows them to dry out from the moisture from you sweating in them. Moisture is something that breaks your leather down. Let them dry out for a day. And secondly, it allows them to decompress from the pressure of you wearing them. Piggyback alternating with your shoes with the shoe trees I recommended earlier in the video, you'll get much more bang for your buck when it comes to your shoes. Okay, so there you have it. 15 shoe rules every guy should know. Let me know in the comment section if you have a shoe rule you recommend you think I may have left out. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, hit that like button. Helps the channel to grow. And of course, tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos we release every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'll check you out the next time.